This is the official pro operator tier list in Siege X. In today's video, I gathered 2 of the best coaches in the world. So if you want to know the best answers to the best operators you should be playing, then these are the guys you definitely want to be listening to. So a disclaimer, this will be mainly for competitive and pro league, not just ranked. But if you disagree with any of these choices, then feel free to comment below. And the coaches we have today is Fet R6, aka Pro Chinese Guy. He's gathered millions of views on TikTok for R6 tips and led his team to victory in the Manchester Major. And next we have Super, aka the villain of Pro League. You might dislike him for his cocky attitude, but he definitely has the walk to back up his talk. His team is currently undefeated in North America right now, and he has a lot of championships under his belt. So without further ado, let's get into the list. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe because we're on the road to 1 million subscribers. All right, we're doing a Siege X operator tier list to let you guys know what the best operators are. And I have Pro Coach Fet and Pro Coach Super. Let's get started with the first operator, and we have Ace. I mean,
a lot of it obviously applies to ranked because, like, if it works in pro play, in theory, if you're playing it correctly, it works in ranked. But obviously, certain operators, like I'll say, like Doc in ranked, might be like an S tier level op. And in pro play, it's probably like a B tier. So, like, obviously, more fragger heavy ops in ranked are always going to be a bit better.
All right, so where would you guys put Ace at?
S tier.
S tier. Okay. And Alibi.
B or D?
D tier.
D tier. Heard that.
No,
right.
no, not B.
D, yeah.
Oh,
D for dog.
Oh, yeah.
For dog shit. That op is dog shit.
Why would you guys say D tier?
They nerfed it to shit. Yeah, like it used to be an S tier level op when it had like the pistol and the recoil was really good because you could just, and it had a shield. So you could bring that op to fill, like, it was basically kind of like the like recruit ops where it could kind of fill like a couple different things because it could bring a shield and then it could also have a pistol for rotates. And then it's also like it was like a roamer. They removed the shield and they kind of nerfed the gun, so they hit it really hard. So it's just it's not really good. But like 2022 Alibi, like that was when we got top 6 at Alibi, like Grixer on Alibi. That's when that op was like literally the best defender.
Sweet. And how about Amaru?
B.
Yeah, I think it's actually not that. It's like, to me, C or B. I think B's fine because it's really good when you use it with, like, because people run so much cheese nowadays. It's like a really good way to utilize cheese because you can just try to hit something fast off of it.
Okay. How about Aruni?
A for me. I think on some maps it's an S level operator. For us, it would be A. But like, I think on, let's say, Cafe or Bank, those two come to mind. I think it's probably an S tier. But overall, it's probably an A just because it's a bit limited, just because it's like DMR and a little slower.
Bet. So you say A tier?
For me, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Fed? What do you think about that?
I agree. I'm not like in tune with like scrims anymore, like Seth is, but I would say like with the new ban system, like especially like on Cafe and fucking Bank, where like you could take away Castle now. Like now, like having a Rooney up would be like really good for like power positions that kind of require Castle, I guess, in that sense, or used to require Castle.
Sweet. And how about Ash?
I probably would say A. Obviously, I still think it's a really good fragger, but I do think there are fraggers now you're running ahead of Ash. I feel like Ash is, because even for Mira, like if we see Mira, we wouldn't bring Ash. So I wouldn't put it in S. I think if you're just ranking this on what op is going to get you kills, Ash is S tier. In terms of like comp, I would say A because it's obviously still good. People still play it a decent amount, but I think in a lot of lineups, you bring something over it, probably.
So you say A or S?
A for me.
A for that. How about you?
A from me as well.
Okay. And moving on to Azami.
S.
You say she still holds up against most attackers still?
Well, it's just like when you have an operator that can like literally spawn in a power spot, like it's just obviously going to be S too.
It's good.
Yeah, Azami is the only operator in the game to me that you can literally just completely change a setup by simply having, like, you could save reinforcements because you have Azami there. You can make a spot like playable by yourself just because you have Azami. There's like really no other operator to me where you can do that. It's just like so strong by itself.
And with like all this bans coming in, where do you think Bandit lies in the competitive list?
I would say A. I think on some maps it's probably S, but overall I would say A because I think it has more counters than like Cade.
Yeah.
Sweet. And Blackbeard.
S.
S.
Good for us taking space, yeah.
Yep.
The nades are really useful too because it can clear its own, like, let's say you have barb or something on a window, it can clear it for itself and then just like hop the window.
And would you guys say Blitz is the A or S?
S. Actually, maybe
I
A,
probably
actually.
would say A.
Yeah, I know that thing about A. Yep.
I think so. I will say, I think if it's a good Blitz player, like Spirits or like Canadian, like a really good Blitz player, I think it's S.
Yeah, that's
But
what I was thinking.
I think a lot of people don't necessarily know how to play Blitz, but obviously, like, people want to play Blitz because it's strong.
Yeah.
So I think depending on who's on it, it can be S. But I'm just gonna say, from most Shield players I've seen, it's like A. It's still annoying, even if you're not a great Shield player.
I was definitely imagining fucking Spirits in my head when I was like thinking of Blitz, so I said S immediately. But then I realized not everyone is Spirits or Canadian, so. And
I think you you did like a video just literally just on how people were like target banning Spirits and all that, right? Because he's so good on shields.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see like what will happen if someone like doesn't target ban him, because people actually are fucking themselves over by target banning him too much.
Brava.
S for me. Because people run so much like Melusi, like there's just so much shit Brava can hack nowadays. I think it's like the probably the #1 flex op now, especially like. You've even seen a lot of teams start trying to ban Brava and run like Maestro and things like that. So like to me, any op that's being literally banned because it's so strong, so people could run like counter ops, it's at least like A.
Same with you, Fet.
Yep.
And Buck
I
S.
probably would say A.
A. Would you say
yeah,
he's
just because
not,
I think Buck is really good for certain vert. Obviously, like it's the only op that can really make like bottom up vert. Right, but if you're making like top down vert, I'm not sure. Like I think Ram is better. Buck can get you certain angles and things. Like on Clubhouse, I think Buck is better because it can get you certain angles and do like a bit more than Ram. But I think overall, Ram is probably a little bit better in terms of everything. And then Sledge is like it's kind of secretly buffed right now. So I actually would even prefer Sledge over Buck because of the nades.
Sweet.
Is there? I also think that the meta is kind of with the amount of like shields and aurora and stuff. Like I feel like the meta is moving. Like some vert takes are actually like not as like you have to do it 100% anymore because you have like entry ops that can like take space better now.
And how about Capitao?
For me, A.
A.
Yeah, A is good.
And Castle.
A. I think it's some maps it's a S. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like it's an A on some maps, it's an S. But going back to what I said about like, I think any op that's getting counter banned directly on certain maps, like I don't think there's been a cafe played with like Castle up yet.
Yeah,
it's got to be like at minimum A.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, the pick and bans are really just changing a lot of these spots up. And Cav.
C with Alibi.
Well, maybe I think Cav does get played.
I'll go with C just because like you at least will occasionally see it. Like I can't remember Alibi being played.
And S or fucking
Clash.
Whoa, you were thinking it. Yeah, that's S, bro.
And just since she's the operator this season, would you like to care to explain?
Best up in the game.
Yeah, it's a moving Mira, basically.
I think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say like even. Something that's like stupid about it is honestly, even if you kill Clash, like if the shields pull, like it can even still be used when people are dead. Like it's just like a dumb operator. It's like they made it from an op that's like somewhat played to now where it's like almost always played or banned. So they just went from like one extreme to the other. They just made it too strong. Because especially around like in ranked, maybe it's not as good. Although I've seen like the FET videos with like runouts and shit, so I think it's like good that way. But when you have actual team play around Clash, that it's just like it's a bit much.
I think I think actually like from what I've seen, like high level like champ ranked is like it's fucking bad. Like it's real bad. It's like there's no one to hold your run out. So like there's no one to fucking help you like clear the Clash. So like the Clash just goes for the most ridiculous shit. But yeah, I agree. I think I actually from watching all the regions, I actually don't think people have been utilizing Clash to its potential. I think we're having another situation like the Shield rework before the Manchester Major where like NA and a couple teams in NA have only like really started to like realize the potential of a certain feature, but like other people haven't. They're just like kind of stuck in their ways, and I think a lot of people like when I watch E play Clash, like they're ass at it. So I think it's gonna take a bit for it to manifest itself in Pro League, but when you see it, you'll see it, bro.
And I'll let you guys rate Deimos, and I gotta grab something real quick, but where would you guys put Deimos?
S.
S. And
Yeah,
why do you think that?
Honestly, God, he's like a better. He's like a really good buck, actually. Like low key. Like from if you want to do it from undertake. Like
yeah, I think he's just the best like clear op. Not only that, but you can literally run shotgun. Like you don't even have to run an assault rifle with him. So he's like really good to clear like staircases or close quarter shit. He can track down. Like he's kind of just. And he has nades. He's just he's like, this is probably when I was talking about how Ash has kind of been replaced by like different kind of fraggers. Like Deimos would be one of the ops that's just like 99 out of 100 times you're probably taking Deimos over Ash unless there's like weird bans that force you into something.
And like it's like when you're in like a 3v1 like or a 3v2, it just like wins you the round. Like if you play it correctly enough.
Sweet. And how about Doc?
Say like B.
Yeah, B.
And Dokkaebi?
S.
S. And how about Echo?
B. I think it can be A on certain maps, like kind of the Bank Cafe, certain sites even.
Yeah.
But like what's nice about Echo is it has its own like it has a shield and ACOG on defense, which is like you're never going to complain about a shield. And like even if you don't use the Echo for denial, like it can even be a like Valk replacement sometimes because you can just use the Echo drones to help roamers or like even for yourself. So I just think it's like a pretty, you wouldn't play it all the time, but you can, it's definitely like useful for certain sites.
And how about Ella?
I probably put
B
it
or
B.
A? B. I would say B, yeah.
Yeah, I think Ella is useful, especially against shields, but I think it's probably like in that like area of ops, it's probably like the third or fourth choice. So then that just would tell me it's like B.
Yeah, I think most teams like they have set up so you can flex onto Ella, and if they know they're playing against a team that like spams cheese, like they'll play Ella instead. So yeah, second option kind of deal.
Fenrir.
S.
S.
You think it's just because, you know, just can hold down? Like, what maps would you say Fenrir's like best
Like
on?
Chalet.
Every single map.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, yeah.
Realistically, it's a really good op to like because everybody wants to extend. Like most teams don't just bunker nowadays. So like if you just have a Fenrir extending, you just like you can kind of safeguard maybe your back or like where your team like gaps and just use it that way. And you can even like you don't even have to use all of them. You could just throw them as you need them. So I just think it's like a pretty useful op, and the pistol itself like also makes setups easier. And it obviously has like an insane gun, and it can bring a bulletproof. Like it just has like a good overall kit for comp.
And I think like as like a when you're coaching, like your first thought, if when if your team's getting railed by like a really fast team, like you just like okay, bring Fenrir, and then they just like start losing. So
All right, and about Finka?
B.
I actually don't know. Yeah, B.
B?
Yeah, I don't think it's played that much, but some teams might bring it like for nades or for to help a shield every now and then.
How do you feel about
Flores
Flores?
is A to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
You, but you, how about you, Fett?
I agree.
And Frost?
A.
Yeah.
Ads covering the rest of it.
Shield shotgun, mats, good gun, yeah. Whole kit.
And Fuse.
C.
I would actually put it B, but I'm okay with C.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I've seen it like almost as much as
I
Amaru.
will say I'm not leaking, but there are certain teams in Pro League right now that if they play certain maps, you're gonna see a good amount of Fuse play.
Okay, move it to B then, because I was going by the wrong criteria. I realized like we actually do see it as much, if not more, than some of the operators in B.
Sweet. And how about Glaz?
Glaz A, especially now because like I've seen like a good amount of teams ban Warden, and then they'll just like spam Glaz, so then you might be forced to ban Glaz.
Yeah.
Instead of me, it's like a
Sweet. And Goyo?
probably S.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like bordering on S now.
You just waste so much time, and even for like roams, you could put it to just like slow down. Like if you know you're playing a shield team, for instance, you could just put it on like a hop, and it'll just kill like a decent amount of time.
And Gridlock?
We love some Gridlock. I don't think most teams would rank Gridlock like A. I think for most it's B, so I'm okay with B. But for us, it's like A.
For me it was A too. I don't know, like we loved it though. Like it was so good. So much fucking burn, shotgun, gun, nades. I'm okay with a hot take. That's engagement bait. That's A. That's A tier.
E tier heard.
Gridlock is the best flank watch op. It's better than Nomad.
Yeah, it was great.
In quick comparison from Nomad to Gridlock, how would you say?
I think Gridlock's more flexible.
It also like will always give you like an indication if you're getting flanked, because like so Nomads, like there's like a lot of spots where you can kind of like creep your way in and like shoot it off, but like Gridlock, like they have to like get hurt, shoot it off, or like impact it. Like there's no way around it unless you like fuck up throwing it, obviously.
Heard. And Grim?
S.
I think S is fine for it for most teams. Yeah.
And Hibana?
S probably. I think like honestly, well, I'm kind of thinking now in terms of how every game there's at least one breach band, a lot of times two.
Yeah.
Hibana's like the one left up a lot. So just because now it's like basically played all the time, it's like S to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you have to get good at it. I've seen so many teams fucking fuck up their Hibana trick on the wall.
Iana.
Like B, probably. This is another op where they went too far with like nerfing it. So it was like really strong, and then they nerfed it, and now it's like hardly played at all.
Have we even seen it? Because if we haven't seen it, I think like C.
Yeah, you might put it. Yeah, you can drop it down to Cav, but yeah, that's just another. It's like the opposite clash, right? Like now it's too good, so now they make it awful. Where one's like not good enough, so now it's like the goat op. It's just not good balancing.
Sweet. IQ.
A probably.
Okay.
What operas would you say she's really good against right now?
Trap.
I mean, any trap,
IQ
any like
traps.
obviously Valk Echo.
Yeah.
Because like we already have Echo in A or in B. Valk is going to be like an S tier up to me, so it's like a direct counter to ops that are pretty strong.
Jackal.
C probably. This is
I'm
another one where
like what
the nerf kind of hit it.
Oh, you do? So you think the nerf was a nerf, like for sure?
Yeah, because it's instead of like constant pinging now, it's like one at a time. So like for me, I would rather have Lion or Deimos.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I had it C too, Athieno, not B.
Oh, C.
Yeah, it's down there vanished with Iana.
Jaegar.
S. Because now it like this op has basically made Wamai like kind of useless unless you're protecting a Mira. Like it clears Capitao. So like for instance, before you might see people run like Wamai on Clubhouse Rafter. Why would you run Wamai now? Like there's no point to it. You would just run Jaegar.
Sweet. Cade.
S.
Callie.
E.
Yeah, I would say B because it's like situationally played. I think the ops we have in B right now are situationally. Now that I'm looking at B, I actually think probably drop Finka to C.
Yeah, I can get behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a Kapkan.
I think it's B. It's like situationally.
That's why you already know. Fed always thinks Kapkan's S tier, bro.
I was gonna
say.
Yeah,
well, and I will say in ranked, it's like S tier for sure. I think I would have actually been okay with it in A, but removing the C4 from it, I think probably knocks it down a little bit for me. Legion's S tier.
Love to hear it. Lion.
S tier for me, but I think most would say A.
I want to hear the explanation. I want to hear is it like the...
Well, people, so the way the game is played now, everyone tries to extend and play more aggressively. So the Lion on clears either keeps people stuck, so they're easy to push into with like a shield, or they're extended and you Lion and you're hitting direct, so then they're cut off. And when you're like in comp, to me, if you're running like Lion with, like I said, either a shield or you're running Lion with like Deimos, that person is like, they're fucked because it cuts off, like it stops people from being able to rotate around to help, which is like how people try to play the game now. So to me, like any of those ops that kind of freeze people or cut off or like stop them from helping, that's just automatically S tier for me. And it has nades, which I think it has nades and gone, I'm pretty sure. So it has like useful utility.
I think
just
nades.
Gone. Nades?
No gone anymore.
Okay.
Let's keep it there for engagement, but I fuck with it.
Maestro.
B, I think. I will say, depending on the bans, like people have been, you can ban stuff to make it a higher tier op, like the Brava Flores bans, for instance, that kind of, or like Brava Dokkaebi. I think those bans can elevate it, but I think when you run Maestro, depending on what's banned, there's always a risk that shit gets hacked or like, and then you're just complete, like you just have full vision of your entire team the whole round.
Yep.
Maverick. S. A.
I probably would say A, because I think people like, to put it this way, people hate Maverick so much now that they just ban double denial instead of just playing Maverick.
Yeah.
I think the trajectory shit really actually hurt Maverick because it's way easier to C4 Mav now.
Conceptually, yeah, Maverick is S tier, but like the thing is, like, you're gonna get fucking every denial op has a C4. Tube has a C4, Gate has a C4, and it has a C4. So like if they bring denial, if you have a reason to bring Mav, you have a reason to get fucking blown to smithereens, and then you just lose the round off it. So
Lucy.
S tier.
S.
I actually think, like, if I'm picking a trap operator, I think Melusi's the best one over Fenrir even.
No. Oh, shit.
Just because Fenrir, you can only have... I actually think I heard Loban say this too, which I agreed with. He's on W7M if you're just, like, watching and don't know. But with Melusi, you get 4 of them, and they're always active. With Fenrir, now you can only have 2 at a time. So you can technically, like, cover more gaps with Melusi. And Melusi has, like, it's kind of the same kit in terms of it can bring a bulletproof and it can bring a shotgun. So you just, like, you have more gap coverage with it.
Yeah, she's good. Mira?
Probably S.
S, yeah. Yeah, S. A lot
I
of
think what
strats.
bumps it up to S is because you can put it on walls. Like, so like even if you don't really have a use for it, just like you don't want to play Mira in sight,
Oh
you
yeah,
could literally
yeah.
like you could ban certain like you could ban, let's say like you could ban like Ace Hib on like Clubhouse, let's say, put Mira on the wall, then it's like super fucking annoying to get the wall. How, like, because you don't have a range breach anymore, like, that kind of shit.
Yeah, people have started fucking Mira tricking with it, bro. Jesus.
All right, how about Monty?
Monty is S.
S, yeah. Should not be able to fucking stand, like, you should not be able, I fucking hate the fact that, like, you can solo, like, teams have been solo fucking pushing with Montagne, like, opposite side of the map, and just sitting there for the entire round, just, like, calling out people. And then, like, yeah, it's fucking, it's bad. I hate that shit.
All right, Mozzie.
I think
B.
A.
A, yeah.
Mute.
S.
S.
How about Nokk?
It's like B to me. I think it's like kind of in the same grain
Yeah.
as like situationally good.
Are there any maps that Nokk stands out on?
Bank is like the only one.
Bank, Cafe, Labs, like the big ones, I would say. Like Lair too. I've seen teams run on Lair. Like the maps where there's like multiple floors and it's like hard to, like, the way I would think about it is some of the maps are really big and things like that, so they're relying on cams or like bulletproofs or vault cams, whatever it is, to have the info rather than a person covering it. So like Nokk can take advantage of, like, most likely on Bank, somebody's probably not just sitting there with gun up holding main lobby, or like on Labs, or sorry, on Lair, somebody's probably not just like sitting in the basement, like, because just the way the maps are, they're too big. So Nokk's good to like take advantage of kind of intel reliant stuff.
Nomad.
Breach.
For me, probably A. I think most would say S.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good.
And Oryx.
B?
Probably B, but it's like
Yeah.
borderline B or A to me. I put it B though, but I think it could, like, it's like very close to A for me.
Would you say it's the higher rating because of shields?
I didn't even think about that, but that actually could boost it up. I just think it's like, it has a really good kit. It can make like really extended setups faster because obviously it can sprint around and hop up hatches. The gun is insane. It can, like, it has beepers or barb. I think it's like it can get places fast. It's like a neat way to flank on some sites. I just think it, like, it can be pretty annoying if it's played within like a strat correctly, I think.
Sick. Osa.
Like A. Maybe B, I think, because of the shields, that one's played like very little. I think it's like situational.
Bet, what do you think about Osa?
Yeah. Yeah, situational. Also, Oryx, I was gonna say, like, Oryx isn't even like the best shield counter. Like, at least in comp, like in ranked, like, it's probably really good, but in comp, like, there's like,
yeah, I didn't
there's
even,
no,
when
no
you
one's...
said that, it didn't even occur to me. Like,
Yeah,
people are
like-
taking Oryx because, like, you're putting like Spoit and Ambi on that shit to go kill people, not like dash out shields.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's no chance fucking the guy behind the shield's letting you like run his fucking shield down. Like,
Sweet. Pulse.
I think it's B. I think it's on some maps extremely good, like Cafe and Bank. I think it's extremely good. But and even Labs and Lair, I think it's pretty good. But
this
it's,
guy's
like,
got Troy on his
situational.
team.
Yeah, see,
That's
it
true.
might be
S-tier
biased
Troy,
if you
bro.
have a Canadian team.
Yeah.
One of the best pulse players in the world. All right,
Ram
Ram
is S.
S, yeah,
S.
absolutely S.
and Rook.
Rook is F.
Rook is down there with in the depths with
What
Alibi.
even is like a bad thing out there nowadays? Like, not even just Siege, just like disappointing.
It's just Rook. It's just Rook class.
Rook. Sense.
S.
S here, yeah.
Yep.
You actually make so many fucking ISO plans possible with that shit, and pushes, and yeah, honestly, everything. Holy shit.
Yeah, it goes back to all the same points I made about Lion, how you can cut off angles from people. You can make things clearing like easier because you.
Oh
can
yeah,
cut
you can block like highway on fucking club and fucking chalet.
Yeah, you can cut
do
off
everything.
crosses, things like that. I think that's automatically S. It's just annoying, and it has like it's still a pretty good kit and a DMR that's really good.
How about
S.
this is a Sentry.
We have a lot of S ops. Comp
I
is
actually
very
haven't-
strong.
I actually haven't been paying attention to much like strike or sentry play.
I think the recruit ops to me are just S automatically. Maybe on attack it's an A. On defense, I think it's an S. It's because like if you're ever in a position where you have like 4 ops you for sure want in your strat, and then you're like, well, I really could use this, but now I need to fill this gap here. I could use barb. I want to C4, but I need a bulletproof. It's all like that's just always the answer to bring.
Yeah.
And the gun is pretty good too. So like it's just like the best glue op, and it's played a lot. Like if you look at Brazil, An interesting fact is that is actually the #1 most played operator in Brazil on defense.
Oh, interesting.
So I think it's just like obviously it's like a super glue op.
Yeah.
And Sledge.
I'll put it A, but I'll put it A because most people would say A or B, and I think it's an S personally, but most people would say A or B.
You can hot bridge with that bitch now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into it, but there's like some secret buff action for Sledge, so I'm a big fan. I think Sledge is like maybe the best lurker now.
Smoke.
S. Actually, yeah,
I think he's still good for like the
I'll say
positions. Yeah.
Sick. And Solus.
probably A.
Hey, I'm surprised like pros managed to like get the most out of her again. She seemed like she was in the fucking depths the moment she got nerfed, but then like people started figuring out how to like fucking abuse her shit again.
Yeah, I don't think the nerf is like as bad as it was initially thought, and like the shotgun is also pretty good now with the like kind of shotgun buff, and it's just obviously you can utilize the shotgun to because like I don't think anybody, at least that I've seen, nobody is playing the like gun with Solus now. Literally, it's all shotgun SMG, so.
Yeah,
cool. It's like good setup up.
All right, and Striker.
I think you could put it S. I'd probably put it A, but I think S is fine just because it's the same concept where like if you need something, it can fill all the gaps. Like you could literally bring EMP and cans with it, and it could just be its own, like it could just wall by itself. Like if you're running a Cade Bandit ban and they only have mute, literally bring that op. You get the wall by yourself. Nobody has to help you.
A or S again?
I would just put it S because we put like I think the recruits
okay
are
with all that.
Yeah, Tachanka B.
B.
Yeah, it's I mean, I fucking hate Tachanka personally, but I've seen teams like playing it and like seemingly like pretty useful. Yeah. And Smoke gets banned a decent amount now, so like that's the pretty obvious replacement most people have been running.
Like layer console, like when Smoke gets banned, people just run Chankas.
Thatcher.
That's like C to me.
C.
I don't really see much use for Thatcher outside of like the rush plant. Like the rush plant, and then you like just deny the C4s getting thrown at you. I don't see him being used other than that.
Thermite?
The S to me. Because we already have Hib. If we have Hib up there, Thermite has to be S.
All the heart breachers are now fucking good because of the ban system, bro.
And Thorn?
It's probably C. It's actually sad because I think like Thorn has a really good gun, and even like the kit itself is not good. It's just like there are so many trap ops, and that's just the worst trap. Like I feel like they need to figure out a way to buff the trap or give Thorn like just more traps. Like if you gave Thorn like 5, it might be more playable just because like it comes down to like the gap, the like what you can fill with it. And unlike Fenrir and like Melusi and even Lesion, they're more obvious and it's harder to put them in places that don't just insta get shot. So I think like it's only kind of useful if you're like directly like the way I'm thinking of is like, so you're playing Chalet bar. Let's say the site's kitchen and you're like extended on Chalet and you're playing like games bar area. You could keep filling like the games window or like the door from main lobby into bar. Like I think that'd be an okay use for it, but you only have 3, so I don't feel like you would just always bring like Fenrir over it at that point.
Thunderbird?
Alibi territory.
Agreed.
To Bra?
I will say A. I think it can be S, but with the bans now, it's not really as useful if people are just spam banning Cade Bandit all the time.
Why you, Fet? What do you think about 2 Bra?
It used to be S when you couldn't ban it out, but now it's
if you're trying to mess with people's frames and make them lag, then it's S.
Agreed.
Cool. Twitch?
Probably A.
And Valk?
S.
I actually think I would put Twitch in S. I think because I think it's just as good as Brava for certain types of util.
Yeah, it's good for like anti-trap, like if you want to play like lurky
traps and bullet for like if they ban Brava, you always would play Twitch. Some teams will even take Twitch over Brava. So I think it's like
And Vigil?
Probably
I actually don't know.
B, probably. I would put it there with like the Nokk Oryx kind of thing where you can get some use out of it, but you wouldn't. I don't know if it'd be your first pick. It's like kind of for certain strats.
That's on Vigil Fit?
I actually don't know because he's still like the best Deimos counter, but also like they hit the boss G hard and I don't know. No idea. He's a good free roamer. Yeah, B. B's good.
All right. How about with mine?
B, I would say. I almost want to put it in S, C. Actually, I probably would put it in C, I think. Because like I said, you're like, unless you are specifically trying to protect a Mira, I don't think you're ever bringing Wamai over Jaegar anymore. Because like Jaegar also has a bulletproof. Because the only reason you would bring Wamai before is like it can protect you from Capitao. Now it can't even, like, Jaegar does the same thing. So unless you're like doubling up with Jaegar or you're trying to protect a Mira, it's like useless. So it's not a good standalone op, which makes it like a C, like low B, high C kind of op to me.
All right, we can do just general like low B. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Generous. Warden.
S.
And Ying.
S.
S.
Zero?
Especially Ying shotgun.
Ying shotgun, yeah.
No, later, right?
Dude, on any map you can make that
On
work.
any map, dude.
That shotgun is like, I've seen in scrims, I've seen people get like mapped with it. Like, it's just crazy.
And zero.
Probably B. I think it can be good, but it's like super situational.
Fair enough.
Instead of like B instead of C though.
Well, I'm looking at the ops in C, and I think zero is played more than like all
That's
of
true.
those
That's true.
ops.
Yeah.
Because like, to be honest, the way we tiered this kind of has a lot of stuff maybe like one tier high. Because like, I think we probably have too many S tier ops, but realistically, all of those ops are very good.
Yeah.
So I think we're just not being as picky. We're just like, if it's played a lot, it's S. If it's played a decent amount, it's A. If it's situational, it's B. If it's horseshit dog ass, it's C. If it's nothing, it's D. And if it's rook, it's rook.
Last three, we have Zofia.
I might put that. Yeah, it's like, to me, it's low B or it's like Finka tier.
Harbor Charges like bumps it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Scopos.
B.
Really? I think it's A.
B, really? Yeah.
Actually, it's not picked a lot. Actually, never mind. You might be right. I think like the whole like free roaming meta is just like not like that big of a thing anymore because of Deimos and fucking everything.
So I going back to like how some maps I think it's better, an op is better on other maps. I do think that it's good on certain maps. It's probably even an S tier on certain maps. But like on certain maps, it's almost unplayable. Like the smaller maps, I think it's like
that's true. Yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, you're right. B's good.
I don't know if this is a hot take for this last op, but
no, I think it's
S plus tier.
S plus. All right, let's
I think
go
it's good, bro. It makes so many executes so easy.
Is better.
Like,
this might be a hot
Thanos
take.
tier. Thanos tier.
This might be a hot take, but it's better than Sens, and people fucking love Sens. I don't know if you've watched us play, but we are big Rora.
Yeah, no, I've seen you guys play.
I gotta tune in.
No, I think it's S. I don't know about I like better than Sense is when I start getting a little bit iffy, but like definitely for like bank entering into the top floor, like cafe entering into small bake, or like backside, or fucking like layer executing on the bottom floor, like it's good for like almost all of those. But like not good, like it makes those possible. Like those strats don't exist without Aurora, so yeah.
Cool. And just double checking any spots. Take a look on. I don't think anything's blocked right here, but. Any changes?
Looking at it, I feel like we just have too many S tier ops, but I don't know, cause like
we're kind of in that meta though.
Yeah, like realistically, if I'm gonna be super picky, I think you could bump Lion down to A. I think you could bump Twitch down to A. I think you could bump Thermite down to A. Like if we're being really picky and we really just want like just the absolute strongest ops in S, I think you could probably move some down. But like I'm also S tier to me is like ops that are really strong in comp, and I think, to be honest, like all of those ops are pretty strong in comp. Like even the recruit ops, like I said, like Brazil's the best region in Siege, and it's the highest played operator for them.
Yeah,
so like
I think I agree. I think like right now we're in a pretty like diverse meta, even though like there's like a lot of aids in it, like it's still pretty diverse. And like if you look at S tier, it's like it's a split between like the ops that make strats literally possible across every map versus the ops that like if you picked it every single round, like just like without thinking at all, it would still be good.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of.
If you want a fun fact, Athieno, so like historically, like we've been the best attacking team for a while, and like internationally we're up there, and we've always attacked at like around 54% or so like slightly over half of our attacks we win. Right now we're still at 55% and we're fourth in attacking, and part of that is because like look at S tier and look at like there's just so much shit you can run now, because you can ban out denial, you can ban out like warden and run cheese, you can run all these shields. Like I think the bans help the attackers a bit more than the defenders, because in the past teams have had to waste so much time either like getting a wall clear, or they can't run like Ying, for instance, because of warden. Now like, oh, you don't want to deal, like you don't want to be slow to get the wall, okay, Cade bandit ban. Oh, you want to run Glaz and Ying, okay, warden ban.
Yeah, I think with the pick and bans, it's good to have a all this diversity.
For sure.
But yo, this was a fun tier list. I think people are gonna be, why is Rook down there? Why is Doc down there? All right, man. And this is a pro list, so I mean, it's not like it matters or anything. But
yeah, I don't know what Aurora pick rate's looking like in rank. They might actually end up buffing it, but
it's like probably like C tier, C or B.
It's gonna be buffed, and then
no one really works
insane.
together unless like a stack. But shit, yo, thank you guys so much for coming out, and thank you for your patience earlier on. I think I'm
no problem, dude.
better now.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, this will be posted probably tomorrow. So be sure to link both you guys YouTube, Twitter accounts, or X. My bad, Elon. But yeah, thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out both of these pro coaches. They know like 3 or 4 times more than me. You think I'm good at competitive? Go check out these guys, and they're constantly streaming all of the Pro League matches. So if you have no idea what the fuck is going on, watch them. They have better commentary. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.